right now we have 5 people working on the team, and they all have a specific role. We have a guy that works on the mocap, and we have a guy that models all of the head geometry for the characters. We have a guy, which is me, that models the bodies for the characters. We have a guy that textures the characters and makes them look pretty and nice and gritty or whatever. And we also have a guy that generates level of detail models for the characters. After you get a solid design, you model the character in 3D, and that's the key part of the process, the modeling, because without the modeling, the characters, no matter how good the textures turn out, the character might not look as real as we like it to be. So modeling is very key. So we model the character and we skin the character so that he can animate, and then we generate LODs, level detail models, and then we export the character and put him into the game engine and see how he works out. And then it's a lot of tweaking involved. Sometimes it never works perfectly the first time, so we'll go back and retweak the geometry or textures or whatever, and then export the character again and put him back into the game. The Ghost Recon characters are very different from the characters in Rogue Spear, because obviously polygon count, we have a higher polygon budget on the Ghost Recon characters, but beyond that, the Ghost Recon characters have a lot more bulk than the Rogue Spear characters, because Rogue Spear characters had to be sneaky and quiet and stealth, take a stealth approach, and they couldn't carry as much gear. And the Ghost Recon characters, they have to carry a lot of gear, so they look, you can immediately see the difference because they look bulky and they have a lot of packs and all kind of gear on them. So they look a lot heavier, and they have to because it's a different type of game. They're not so much concerned about the close quarter combat or the stealth. They just get in and try to get out.
Okay.
Well, the whole key to this type of game is realism and trying to be authentic. And we felt that the best way to capture the realism was to capture a real person. And we've done that throughout all the Rainbow projects, and including this Ghost Recon project. And we felt that why break a good thing when it works? So yeah, that was a challenge, because we tried a couple of different things. Like for the death motions while a guy was running, we had a guy that would stand on one end of the mat in the motion capture studio, and he would run, basically, you know, doing his movement, and he would run, and we'd have a guy stand at the end of the mat waiting for him, and when he came off the mat, he'd push him so that he could fall over and try to simulate the hit. So that worked out pretty good. So that's how we captured the motions for guys running and getting hit. And for the bullet hits, when the guy takes a bullet, we tried to like nudge the guy with like a pole or something, or stick, and try to simulate it like that. But that didn't turn out too good, because the motions ended up being kind of slow, and we need the motion to snap, because when you get hit with a bullet, it's like phew, you get hit hard. So we ended up having the guy that was performing just simulating getting hit when we told him where to get hit at. So if he was getting hit in the head, he'd get in his position, and then his head would snap to the side or whatever. And we tried to think about all the possible ways the guy could get hit and try to capture all those. And we basically just generalized. So if a guy's getting hit in the head, we have a shot where he gets hit in the head, in the front, the back, or left, or the side, or wherever.